Hello boys and girls, Mrs. Joel here. Today we're going to be drawing and painting some cactuses. Why cactuses, you ask? Well, we've been talking about texture a lot. If you were here to feel these, you would know that this ball feels soft and fuzzy, and you would know that this burlap feels rough, and you would know that texture is the way that something feels or the way that it looks like it feels. And that means when you look at my cactus, I've drawn so much texture that it looks like it's going to feel rough or bumpy or pointy because it has all these specks. So let's get started. You're going to need a piece of paper and a Sharpie and a pencil. First thing you're going to do is write your name with a pencil. I know you're all thinking, why can't we write our name with Sharpie? Well, friends, whenever you draw on the back of something with Sharpie, it usually bleeds through. That means you can see it on the other side, and we don't want that to happen with your name. So write it with pencil. Then you're going to flip your paper over, flip. And the first thing we're going to do is draw a horizon line across. The horizon line is where the sky comes all the way down and runs into the ground. For our horizon lines today, they should be about 4 or 5 finger parts above the bottom of your paper. So I'm using my fingers as spacing, and I'm going to make a mark. I'm not going to try and draw my whole line right now because I think my hand might mess it up. So I'm just going to take this mark and draw it all the way across. We are drawing deserts right now, so it's okay if it's not perfectly straight. Okay, let's talk cactuses. The first big cactus we're going to draw is called a saguaro. Everybody say saguaro. Very good. And I have a picture of some... Sorry, friends, that's the bell at our school. So saguaro cactuses, they have kind of a pointy top, and they look really, really long. But the point is kind of curvy as well. And then they have these arms that come off. So when I'm drawing my saguaro, I'm going to draw the top point first. So I'm going to start about halfway up my sky, this part, and I'm going to draw the curvy top of my saguaro cactus. Looking at the arms, some of them start at the same spot and go up, and some of them, one arm is bigger than another. So on this side, since I didn't leave myself much room, I'm just going to draw a small arm right now. It's going to curve up, then curve around, then come back in. And with my other arm, I definitely want it to be bigger, but I want it to start in a different place so it looks a little bit different. So I'm going to draw a straight line down a little bit. Then I'm going to curve up and out and come back around. For drawing the bottom of your cactus, the lines usually go straight down. If you want to curve them out a little bit, you can. So there's my saguaro. Everybody say hi, saguaro. Moving on, let's see. The next type of cactus that we're going to draw looks like this. And I'm not sure what it's called. I forget. I'll tell you guys later. But I know it has all of these flat little pieces that look like they're kind of stuck together. So how these cactuses are grown is that there's usually a base that looks like one of these teardrop or oval shapes, and then it has all these other pieces that are sticking off. And if you look at some of them even have 2 or 3 pieces coming off. So to draw this, first we need a pretty big base, and it can be an oval or that kind of teardrop shape or a circle. And then we're going to draw other parts coming out. And I'm going to make this cactus pretty big since I made my saguaro kind of small. If you look at the other picture I made, my saguaro was a little bit bigger. All right. So I'm just going to draw pieces coming out. They can be curvy lines, they can be full circles, they can be teardrop shapes like this guy, they can be ovals like this guy. You can make as many as you want, and you can make them however big you want to. When you're done with your flat cactus, I'm going to show you how to draw one more. This guy is a barrel cactus. I know I have one of these at home, and I know what it's called. To draw a barrel cactus, you're going to start in the ground. You're going to draw a circle-y shape. You're going to draw a curve at the top. And that's it. We'll add the spikes later. I have a lot of room over here, so I'm going to add another barrel cactus, but this one's going to be smaller, and I'm still going to have the curve at the top. All right, since I've got all my cactuses where I'm going to draw them, I'm going to go ahead and add all my details. So let's start with our black cactus first. Looking back at this guy, the only real decoration he has is a lot of spikes. So I'm gonna add a lot of straight lines around him, and I'm gonna add some inside. And I'm not gonna add a lot because I want this video to go pretty fast. But you guys should take your time and add as many spikes on your cactuses as you want. They might come straight out, or they might go at an angle. Now that I've got them all the way around, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna draw some straight lines inside my cactus to finish up this guy. All right, now that I've got all my details done on that, let's look at our barrel cactuses. We already added this line, but we still need all of these spikes. So just like our other cactus we just did, we're gonna draw some spikes all the way around. They don't have to be too long. And then we definitely wanna add some more spikes up here in the curve where it almost looks like a crown or a ring of spikes on our cactus. So I'm gonna come and add some straight lines here. And then just like our last cactus we just did, the barrel cactus definitely has spikes that come down its whole plant body. So I'm gonna add some more spikes right here. And again, they can go in whatever direction we want. All right, now that my barrel cactus is done, let's look back at the saguaro. So when we're looking at our really big saguaro, it looks, even from far away, like it has lines that come straight down the main part of the cactus and also the arms. And I've done this before, so I know I'm gonna be able to fit about 3 or 4 of these really long lines. And they can be perfectly straight, or you can make them kind of wavy like me. Now that I'm done with the ones in the main part of the cactus, I'm gonna draw the ones in the arms. So they're gonna start at the tip right here, and they're gonna come all the way over to where we drew our other lines. Now that I've got all my lines done, let's talk about other details that are on our saguaros. So, looking at our saguaro cactuses, they normally have holes in them, and animals sometimes live on the saguaros. You can even see there's a bird's nest right here. And these holes are from animals biting or making holes to try and get the water out so they can drink it. So first we're gonna add just a couple holes. You can add more if you want, but I'm just drawing circles and I'm coloring them in wherever I want on my cactus. And now the saguaros definitely have lots of spikes. We can see them in this picture. So they're gonna come all the way around, but they're also gonna be around the lines in our cactus. And again, I'm not gonna draw a lot. I'll show you another picture that I drew where I drew more. We want these to look super textured, so you can add as many spikes on your cactus as you want. Just adding some more down these main lines. All right, now that we've got all of our cactuses done, we are gonna add just a couple more details to our landscape here. Let's talk rocks. There are lots of rocks in the desert. I don't have much room left on my horizon line, but I am gonna draw one kind of peeking up. So a straight line, and then it's gonna get kind of jagged, and then it comes down. And we wanna show that these are different from our cactuses. So I'm just gonna take my Sharpie and I'm gonna color it in. I left some white spaces because we are going to be painting over top of our rocks, kind of like this, but you can color yours in all the way if you want to. I'm gonna add a couple more rocks down here in my desert. They kind of look more like pebbles because they're really long and kind of curvy. And then I'm gonna color them in, just like my other rock. The last detail we're gonna add down here in our ground are scrub plants or scrub bushes. I know I had a picture of these. Where did they go? Aha. In this picture with our barrel cactuses, you see that there are some plants that kind of stick up from these rocks, but they don't really grow that much because they don't get a lot of water in the desert. So to draw them, you're gonna draw one straight line down, 2 curvy lines that come up like this, kind of like petals on a flower or the leaves on a flower. And then I'm gonna add a couple more at the bottom. So I'm gonna draw a couple of scrub plants. And if you wanted to make these look bigger, here's what you would do. Straight line down, our regular 2 curvy lines, 2 more at the bottom, and then you could even add some more to fill them in. All right, my landscape's looking pretty good. I'm gonna add one final touch up here at the top. Now that I know where my cactuses are, I'm gonna draw a couple clouds, not too many. I don't wanna get crazy. But for my cloud lines, I'm gonna use a really loose, wavy line.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The staff meeting will be held in our room in about 6 minutes. We'll see you all there. Thank you.
Another wonderful announcement from our principal. I'm gonna draw another cloud that's behind this cloud, and then it looks like it's coming through the cactus. So when you draw that line, you're just gonna stop when you get to your cactus, and then you're gonna hop over it. That way it looks like it goes behind. And I'm gonna add one more over here. One more tiny little cloud. So here is my cactus drawing, and I'm super excited to see all of yours.